What is going on, y'all? It is your girl Abiola Akani, and I'm the founder of the EOL Yoga and Embodiment School. And today you're going to be practicing a sensual restorative yoga flow to release tension in your low back. This is absolutely incredible after a long work day. And what's nice is that you can use tools around your house to actually support you. Now, I'm a yoga teacher trainer as well as a 3-times wellness business owner, and I've graduated 5 cohorts within my 200-hour non-performative yoga teacher training. And one of the things we focus on, in addition to yoga for nervous system regulation and recovery, is active rest. And one of the ways that we practice active rest is through restorative yoga. Now, restorative yoga is a style of yoga much different from other practices in that it utilizes meditative postures that are held for a long period of time to passively release tension and guide the body into a parasympathetic state, which is your rest and digest center within your nervous system. Now, why that is so important, especially for new movers who don't really have an active yoga practice or are not regularly moving, is because when you're practicing restorative, and what you'll notice here is that you're doing very few postures and the resistance in the postures is very low. So for example, for today, we're only going to be doing about 5 postures in this entire sequence, which lets you know that we're holding these poses for a long period of time, and they're not gigantic acrobatic postures that you'll see in commercial yoga. They are more meditative postures that really passively release and expand connective tissue. So we're going to be focusing particularly on your back, on the muscles along the spine, the low back, and the side body ribs. Now, you don't need anything fancy to practice restorative yoga. Because it is such a supportive practice, it utilizes a lot of supportive props like yoga blocks and yoga bolsters. Like you'll see here, I have 2 blocks, I'm sitting on one, and then I have a yoga bolster, and you'll want to grab those things as well. However, if you do not have these tools at home, it's fine, child. Just grab 2 pillows, child. I don't want you to think you need a whole bunch of extra shit. You don't. Just grab 2 pillows. If you don't have yoga blocks, grab 2 large books, and those will suffice just as well. Now, if you're just joining me for this sensual 30-day yoga challenge, click the playlist video link here, up here, to practice the other videos. These are specifically, or I created this challenge specifically for high achieving and high performing career women to help you slow down and practice active recovery to start to normalize prioritizing caring for your body at a higher level. Now, if you are a certified yoga teacher or a soon-to-be yoga instructor or any type of wellness facilitator, click the link in my bio to join me for our high-value yoga instructor 5-day embodiment challenge. This is going to support you in commanding any space and leading the most masterful yoga workshops and classes that actually sell. We start on August 11th, and this is going to really support you in up-leveling your skills as a yoga teacher or wellness facilitator, whether you're certified, soon to be certified, or you're a facilitator as well. So pause the video, make sure you click those links and join me for that 5-day challenge, and I'll meet you right back here on the mat in a hot second. All right, y'all, welcome back to our sensual restorative yoga practice for your low back to release that tension, child. So we're gonna start in a child's pose. You can come to a seated position on your knees if that feels comfortable. And what you have the option to do is you can stack your pillows on top of one another to elevate your torso. The more you elevate, the more you're going to reduce the flexion in your hips and your low back. So if both of those are very tight, you want to elevate your pillow as high as you can by stacking a lot of pillows. What you can also do is take your yoga blocks and kind of stack them underneath your pillow as well. I'm going to start high. So I'm going to start with my head elevated and then slowly lower my blocks down over time. So you can start with me there, or you can start lower to the earth if that feels supportive for you. And then placing one cheek on the pillow, we're going to start here with a few rounds of breath. Get nice and comfortable. You can tell I'm getting cozy here. And find an inhale in through your nostrils. And find an exhale out of the mouth, HA. Inhale through the nose. Audible exhale out of the mouth, HA. Inhale through the nose. Audible exhale out of the mouth, HA. This time we're going to add a count to our breath and find an audible exhale out of the nostrils, moving into Ujjayi Pranayama. Inhale through the nostrils for 1, 2, 3. Audible exhale out of the nostrils for 3, 2, 1. Inhale through the nostrils for 1, 2, 3. Audible exhale out of the nostrils for 3, 2, 1. Inhale through the nostrils for 1, 2, 3. Audible exhale out of the nostrils for 3, 2, 1. Continue to find that breath pattern on your own, and this is where I invite you to lower your pillow if that feels available. Remember, the more you lower the pillow, the more you are expanding flexion in your low back and hips. So find it if it feels supportive. Resting here, begin to extend the arms as well. So you're stretching your lats, holding here for a few rounds of breath. If you'd like to switch the placement of your head, you can, right? So if you want to switch your eye gaze to the opposite direction, just to stretch the other side of your neck, I invite you to do so. Continuing to let the muscles get soggy here, so try not to hold anything up. Passively let the body release and soften into the earth. We're having a thunderstorm right here today in Houston. It's just thundered and just had this epic rainstorm, which I feel like is so indicative and supportive of a cozy restorative yoga practice. It's giving all the vibes. It's giving we are resting, we are doing nothing, we are softening. Using that same breath pattern to release the muscles, option to stay here, option to lower your Bolster bridge all the way to the earth. Maybe you just have one pillow stacked underneath you now and the arms are completely outstretched, really stretching into your lats and side body ribs, expanding through your low back and the glutes. Continuing to find Ujjayi pranayama, that breath pattern we started with. 3 counts in through the nostrils, 3 counts out of the nostrils. A few more rounds of breath here. I'm already thinking about what I'm about to eat after this, child. Yes, I am. On the next inhalation, y'all, float your way up into a tabletop. You can move that bolster or your pillows over to the left side, as well as your blocks. Stack the knees directly underneath the hips. Shoulders stacked right on top of your hands. Find torque through your shoulders by screwing the heads of the shoulders into their sockets. And this isn't customary for a restorative practice, but I'm going to just help with some core activation. Because when you're experiencing pain in your low back, it's because the belly and the core is weak. So we're just going to take some time to activate the core. Just extend your left leg straight back behind you and dorsiflex that left foot like you're pressing it against a wall. And then keep the belly engaged. Corkscrew your left shoulder into its socket and extend the right arm. Take a deep inhale here, keeping your eye gaze looking down at the earth or in front of you, and then exhale, just gently lower the knee and the hand. Feel your core engage as you lower them slowly. Right, so this is really supportive core work. Extend your right leg back, left arm forward, corkscrew that right shoulder into its socket, pack your right shoulder down, find torque. You might tuck the back left toe to find stability. And then exhale, lower the hand and the knee slowly, simultaneously. Feel all of the 4 layers of your deep inner core working simultaneously. Extend the left leg back, right hand forward. Exhale, you lower them simultaneously and slowly, not fast. Opposite side, right leg comes back, left hand comes forward. Exhale, lower them slowly. Give me 2 more on each side. Extend the left leg back, right hand forward. Exhale, lower them. Feel them at core actively working. Pull your belly button in. Right leg back, left hand forward. Exhale, lower. Everything working simultaneously. 1 more on each side. Left leg back, right hand forward. Pack that left shoulder down. Slowly lower them. Right leg back, left hand forward. Hold. Slowly lower. Feel those muscles working throughout your core. Ground here, deep inhale. And exhale out of the nostrils. And slowly make your way onto your back. So you're gonna bring your pillow. I got makeup all over this thing, child. It's all good, child. And you're gonna slowly from here in tabletop, actually just shift forward and just come to one side. You can bring your pillow in front of you here and extend your legs out. So bring it down. We'll start on our left side body. And we'll actually come onto our back from here. You can make your way onto your left side body, and then from here, just gently come onto your back. Keep the knees bent. Root the feet into the earth and just hug the knees in. Hugging the knees in here. And then extend the left leg long. Keep hugging in the right knee. Cross the right knee up and over towards the left. And you're stacking it on your pillow. Now, Once again, the lower your knee is, the more flexion you're getting in your low back. So if it's too much, you can stack your pillows or stack your blocks onto your pillows to eat up that space, and then slowly decrease the space as you find more flexion in your low back. So left leg is long, right knee is up and over the pillow. Left hand comes on the outside of the right knee, and then the right hand, we're going to start by extending it up and over just to expand the space in the side body ribs first. Holding here. Finding a fluid inhale. So in addition to expanding the space in that low back, we're finding flexion all throughout the side body ribs as well. Maybe even getting into that glute. And then from here, exhale, tick-tock your right hand out to the right. And we're gonna find these kind of supine arm circles. So you're floating that arm out to the right. Inhale, drag the fingertips along the earth and up and over the head. And you're gonna keep finding these. Exhale, tick-tock the right hand out towards the right, dragging the hand out. So you're not only lengthening your side body ribs, you're opening up and creating flexion through your shoulders while simultaneously passively stretching that low back. Trying to cover these armpits, girl, because you know your girl has not had a wax in a little bit, and until I can get up in there with my wax, lady, I'm not putting a razor to my armpits. I don't put razors on my body unless they're on my legs. I don't care what y'all say. I ain't shaving. We wax up here. We wax over here, honey. So I don't need y'all to see it, these armpits, until I get a wax, y'all. I'm continuing to drag the hands here. Now that you've been in this shape, you might reduce some height. So, and as soon as you do, you're gonna feel it in that low back, child. You're gonna feel it. Continue to find those arm circles. Try to keep your fingertips as close to the earth as you can, so you're dragging your fingertips low to the earth. And then you might want to stay static, right? So I'm going to stay static here for a moment, let my body passively acclimate to this as I soften. And I always say, let the body get soggy, like no holding. I don't want you to try. There's no trying required. Keep it non-performative. It's just being. Especially for my high-performing, high-achieving career women. So much striving, so much masculine doing. I don't need you to try to do nothing. You don't need to try to do these postures. All you need to do is just be them. Just create the shape with your body and just be it. And what's dope is you don't even have to aggressively become the shape. You can really become the shape how it feels most comfortable for you. And that's it. No trying required. Now, if you find that you're really tight in the shoulders, it might be better to keep your right arm out like a half T. But if that feels tingly through your arms, like there's a tingling sensation radiating throughout your hands, then you can extend it up and over and just focus a little bit more on stretching your shoulder blade, your scapula, as well as your lats. I find, it helps on both, because my shoulder My scapula, which is that shoulder blade muscle along your back, tends to get really sticky, and so I find it to be a little bit more helpful to stretch that by extending my arm up towards the heavens. But I tend to feel that tingling here, so I'll alternate. On the next inhalation, glide your right hand in towards the left. So we want to neutralize the spine before we come out. So come to your left side, hold here, let the vertebra come back to their natural state. Then glide your right leg down and come onto your back. Neutralize the spine here for a breath. Let the body come back to its natural state. And then take it to the opposite side, child. Take that pillow, take them pillows, that bolster, them blocks, honey. And you're gonna roll to your right side. You'll start by extending that right arm up and over and bring your pillow nice and close to you, super close to your body. Got to keep the twins in the outfit, honey. Now we'll start here. And you can take that top left knee and just glide it on top of the pillow. Now if you want some more elevation, I'm going to take my block. You can stack your pillows. Right, the elevation is to start so as to reduce the flexion, and then glide your right arm out to the right. So it's in a half T, so it's no longer up here. Glide it down and out to the right. Extend the head back, and then extend your left arm up and over. Left arm up and over. Right hand comes on the outside of that left knee. Just gently cupping it. Holding here for a few rounds of breath. And then inhale, start to find those supine circles. You're dragging the fingertips along the earth, like your hand, like their hands on a clock, gliding them up. And you're mobilizing and pulping this left shoulder as you do that, while also expanding and lengthening out your side body ribs. And you're moving slowly. You might find a position where you want to stay still at, maybe staying here static for a moment, left arm up and over the head, or out in that half T shape. Option to stay here, option to reduce the height of your pillow. Just extending that flexion through your low back. I just removed my block. Keep that right leg long, left knee stacked up and over. Continuing to hold here. Sinking into your breath, we have a few more rounds. Noticing the sides too. I'm noticing here that less resistance on the left side than there is on the right. So just noticing too, like what you're feeling and how your body is like holding tension. One more breath here. The next exhalation, climb the left arm, or elevate the left arm up and over, rotate over towards the right side. Stack the vertebrae back in their natural shape here, and then slowly glide your left leg down off of your pillow or your bolster. And rolling onto your low back, rooting your feet into the earth, neutralizing the spine here. And slowly root the feet into the earth, lift the hips, and glide your bolster underneath your hips, right underneath your low back, a little bit even higher. Now we want to stretch the front of the hips as well, because that tends to tighten up the low back. So we're going to get into the psoas. You're going to stretch your legs long. And just hold here for a moment. And we're going to start actually lower, because the more we elevate the hips, the deeper of a stretch or flexion you're going to get in the front of the hips. So inhale, hands come high, and then exhale, elevate the arms up and over, and just feel that stretch along the front of the hips. So we want to stretch those muscles alongside the front of the hips that help us pick up our legs when we walk. Those are our psoas. Feel that whole womb getting stretched and just increasing the blood flow throughout the front of the hips and the womb. Come back to that long breath, so finding Ujjayi. Inhaling through the nostrils, audible exhale out of the nostrils like you're fogging a window. Few more rounds of breath here. Inhale, bend the knees, and invite the knees in towards the hips. I'm just going to do a makeshift legs up the wall here before we actually move to the wall. So you're just hugging your knees in and extend the legs up, letting them stay elevated, and just releasing some of that tension in the low back. And this feeling that in the legs and the hips, you can roll out the ankles. And then bend the knees, root the feet into the earth, and then lift the hips and remove your bolster from underneath you. And then drop your hips. And this is where you're going to come to your wall. And I'm just going to shimmy all the way to the left side. I'm going to come off of my mat. And the thing is, when you're coming on the wall, you want to bring your entire side body onto the wall. And then tick-tock one leg up at a time. So your whole booty is on the wall here. Hello. And what's nice is that you can open the legs wide and then kind of get a stretch throughout the inner thighs. Find a stretch through the adductor muscles, or you can keep the legs closed and kind of just extend here, maybe bending the knees if that feels supportive, and just hanging out here. And what we're doing is reducing any tension in the ankles. So if you sit for long periods of time and the ankles get really tight and swollen, just from that coagulated blood, just from the lack of movement, we're just releasing the tension in the ankles and drawing the blood flow away from the legs so that when you stand up, you're actually bringing fresh oxygenated blood to these limbs to reduce tension and inflammation. This also is really, really supportive for the low back. It's one of my favorite restorative yoga poses for the low back. I highly recommend that you do this after you've been sitting for long periods of time. In the evening, I will just if I've been at my desk all day, I'll just make sure I make my way into this legs of the wall pose. We're going to close here in Shavasana. This will actually be our final posture. Once again, if you are a yoga teacher or a soon-to-be yoga teacher, you're wanting to get your certification, definitely click the link in my bio to join me for our high-value yoga instructor 5-day embodiment challenge. And for those of you, if this is your first time practicing with me, click that playlist link to enjoy the other practices within our 30-day sensual yoga practice. So click the playlist link so you can check out the other practices within the playlist and schedule these throughout the rest of your week. We have some practices in there just to help high-achieving women slow down, some practices to support cultivating greater vulnerability and releasing hyper-independence. We have some chair yoga practices on there, some body positivity or some body confident practices on there. You got a really great library to choose from to support you as a high-achieving career woman to prioritize caring for your body at higher levels. Now, for the sake of time, and because this is our final resting practice, I'm going to leave you here, but I would like you to stay in your Shavasana for at least another 5 to 7 minutes. Remember, you've done your best, so just leave the rest. I'll see you here for another video real soon. Namaste. To come out, just roll to the left or the right side. Stack your vertebra and make your way gently onto your hands and knees. I'll see y'all real soon.